This is Anthony from Vapehead, and I wanted to take a couple of minutes to say thank you to the people who are slowly starting to subscribe to my channel. Yay! I'm happy. I've got a few subscribers. I think I got like 4, but hey, you know, it's a start. So I just wanted to say thank you guys to those who have subscribed so far. And I appreciate it, and just slowly but surely, I know the number is going to climb. Um, I also wanted to give a couple of quick tips for kind of organizing your stuff. If you're like me and you don't keep your juices and your stuff just and your mods and your batteries and your tanks and all that laying around in the nice little wooden cases that they make for them to so you can stand them up and display them all over your table or whatever. I keep my stuff actually in a little backpack. Um, but I wanted to give you a couple of quick tips on reusing some of the stuff that you go out and you get. Like here I've got a little Ziploc bag, and it's got a couple of things in it. Number one, it has this Vivinova box, which I've actually got a few Q-tips shoved off in, because for some of the stuff you need some Q-tips, and I have these Q-tips in here for that reason, because you never know when you're going to need one in order to clean up around a drip tip or something like that. So I have that. I also have another Vivinova case that I've actually got my Clarimizers for my iClear 30 tank. I've got 3 of them down in here, and it keeps them all in one place. I don't have to worry about where they are. And also, I reused my Aero Tank case. See the Aero Tank, and I have all my spare parts off in here. I've got another tank for the Kanger. I got another spare tank here for the Kanger. In case you're letting somebody who has come over to your place and they're wanting to try the vaping and they want to use your pen or they want to use your mod or whatever, I got a couple of drip tip condoms in here that you can get from your local vape shop when you go in to try their juices. These are real handy. They got the hole in the middle of it. You just slip it over the drip tip like so, and you can share that with anybody. Just sterilize them afterward, put them in some hot water, and boom, they're clean. I got a couple of those down in here. I have some spare tips for some of my stuff. I've got my Vivinova coils down in here, spare gaskets, of course, spare coils for the tanks. Some of the stuff you can actually pull them out, so I've got me a couple of paper clips down in here to pop the Clarimizers and the atomizers out of certain tanks in case I happen to get one that you have to pull it out from the top to rebuild it. It just comes in real handy, and plus the fact that it slides right inside itself. There it is, and all my stuff's right here. It's just handy to have the stuff with you, and in a way that you can get to it whenever you need it and not wonder, well, gee, I'm not real sure exactly where that's at. Hang on, let me hunt. I hate having to hunt for my stuff, so I keep it to where I've got everything pretty much kind of organized. Now I have the iTaste BTR, and the BTR box I'm actually using as my battery box. I have the batteries put off in it, and I just rotate them around. I pull them out, I charge them, I use them, whatever, and they go in that so that I know exactly where they are. So that's what that box has been used for. But I also have the holster for this thing, so I'm reusing the box that the holster came in. Now you can hear that kind of shaking. That's my tanks. You can see this, the iTaste, taste it, love it. So it's the true thing. Pull it off. You can see I cut a piece of foam to go on the top. That there's to sturdy it up, because this right here lays flat down on top of it, so it holds it in place. And I pop that, and there's my tanks. nicely displayed, every single one of them, and it'll hold probably about another 3 tanks, which is really nice. And it'll probably hold like a battery mod right here, or a battery right here, just a small ego twist or something like that you could put in there as a spare in case you needed it. And I also have a piece of foam down in the bottom of this right here, so that they're laying on this instead of on the paper, and then I just slide that back on top, and then put the top back on it, and there you go. And you have all your tanks in one spot. Now, not everybody does it that way. I just do it that way because it's easier for me to have the stuff somewhat organized to where I know exactly where my stuff is. I don't have to go fumbling around, because if you've got a whole bunch of the batteries sitting around and you go to reach for something, unless you've got that battery in one of the stands, you're going to knock that battery over. I can't tell you how many times I've already knocked this thing over. Granted, it doesn't hurt it. As a matter of fact, I dropped it a couple of days ago right out of my hand, which was about waist high, and it actually popped the bottom of this particular tank. It popped the bottom loose, and the juice just poured out on the floor. And it took me about 2 days to figure out exactly everything that had to be done in order to get this tank to work again. And it's back working just fine. I don't have an issue with it. And by the way, this is the Kanger T3S, which I just did a review for about an hour ago. Yeah, you can fix these things. If you happen to mess it up, you can actually fix it to where it'll work again. Because I did it, and if I can do it, anybody can do it. Those are just a couple of little quick tips that I wanted to toss out there for you guys. And again, like I said, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed already. I really, really appreciate it. At least my stuff's kind of getting seen a little bit, and people are actually interested in seeing me sit here and rattle off about whatever I happen to be babbling about that day. I appreciate it. Thanks, you guys, and I'll keep the videos coming. You just keep on watching and keep on vaping.